you watched my intro to Shadowrun and character creation video, then you would know that I kept mentioning Chummer 5A, and I'm going to show you why you want to use Chummer 5A, just in case you didn't believe me when I said that it actually handles everything behind the scenes for you, so you don't need to constantly check back and make sure you're doing everything correctly. Because that was actually one of the problems I had when I was originally trying to teach people Shadowrun 5th edition by making our own characters. It took us the better part of like 5 hours to get that done, and that's way too long. Well, not way too long, but that is an incredibly long amount of time, and we still didn't quite get it through because we sort of quit after equipment. But Chummer 5A will handle a lot of the bookkeeping for you, so what would normally take like 5 hours will quite quickly get chopped down to like half an hour or 1 hour at most, assuming you don't have people that are constantly checking everything and rechecking just to be sure, because this thing is fairly accurate from what I can tell. It's accurate enough that you don't need to, second guess yourself when you're doing something. Although, the other thing is, this does not have any entries from the book, so you do need to be familiar with the rules. So just rewatch my video or read through your rule book, and you'll be fine. So anyways, you go create a new character, and it'll give you a bunch of different character creation rules. I'm not going to lie, I'm only familiar with the priority ones, so we're just going to stick with that. You have the option of going with a higher or weaker level character and tweaking the availability, or even just ignoring some of the character creation rules as they normally are, just in case you either have a really lax GM or you are the GM making NPCs. And then from here, it gives you all your priorities, and you can just sort of swap them out as you want. So let's say we want to move this down to B. It's going to take our B and put it into the A slot. No? It's actually going to do something else. Alright, but you just sort of tweak around with these until you get what it is that you're looking for. Let's just make a troll, for example. And I really like having attributes, so we're going to have a high amount of those. Don't really care about equipment, because that's one of the most difficult parts of this game. So we're just going to leave that at E. Skills, I really like having skills, but, so, yeah, let's go ahead and just make this D so we have at least 28 skills and 2 skill groups. And then you choose which one you want to be over here, and it'll automatically populate or depopulate these as you fiddle around with that, so it won't let you do anything you're not supposed to. I don't really know what metavariant is, but you also have to choose which sort of thing you want to be, either an aspect magician or an adept. I like adept more, so we'll go with that. Let's select the meta type before continuing. There. See, it won't let you make mistakes. Then it brings you right up to, like, you have different tabs for everything. Like, you have your skills you have your skills, your all your limits, which you can't really mess around with this too much, but it'll automatically calculate everything for you. It also summarizes everything else that you've got over here. Like, if we were to just say up our body, it would start taking away from our primary attributes. Let's say we also wanted to up our strength a little bit, because, yeah, whatever. Anyways, I don't really care about making this guy too smart, so we can go ahead and leave those at 1. Willpower's a nice thing to have, though. And so is... Would magic... Nope. Yeah, we don't have any special attributes, so it won't stop you from doing something you're not supposed to, but it will make a note that, hey, something's not right here. Let's just return that to normal. Let's also... Reaction's an important thing to have, and as is agility. Oh, oops. Forgot. See, it'll alert you when you do certain things, but not others, because there might be an exception for having a higher magic than normal. And there's also some ways you can raise your magic higher than it should be from character creation. Again, just read your rulebook, because this doesn't have any of the rulebook information in it. And let's put some more. I forgot trolls have really low charisma. And okay, so we have at least everything at 2. That's why I like attributes. You always have a decent dice pool for everything. Skills, we only have 2, so I'm not going to focus too much on actually making a decent character in here. So, yeah, there we go. Let's just put 2 of our let's put our 2 skill groups into influence, and it gives you every possible listing of skill, with the ones that you shouldn't be able to use blacked out. Like, this is a resonance ability. We don't have resonance, so we can't use that. But I do want to have... Sure, let's have a little bit of throwing weapons, and it'll figure out what your dice pool should be based on everything. So it's skill rating plus agility. There you go. Let's go ahead and fill out a little bit more. Alchemy, Arcana. So this is even though we're not a mage, it still gives us alchemy because we do have a magic stat. But if we didn't have any magic whatsoever, this would be grayed out. Now, let me just go ahead and let's go with clubs. Clubs are a nice thing to have. You can always just grab a block, like blocker or rebar, just something you can bash somebody over the head with. And, oh, mouse wheel. I have a mouse wheel problem. Then so give me just one moment while I go ahead and add in all this. You also have the option of increasing it with your starting karma as well. So that's a nice touch. And there you go. It'll go ahead and just sort of auto calculate some of your skilled I'm sounding like a broken record at this point, so I'll shut up. Also does all your limits. Martial arts, I don't really... It's all stuff it's probably got all that loaded in, but you need to have the rulebook for that. Spells, we don't have spells. Adept powers we do have. We have 2 points for powers. So let's just go ahead and take 1 in improved reflexes, because that's always a nice thing to have. And there's also other options for if you have an adept way. And let's also go ahead and get Killing Hands. Killing Hands is always a nice thing to have, just in case we're left without our weapon, and we need to either. I think Killing Hands actually makes your weapon right here. That's the page you need to look for. So if you have the card of the physical book or a PDF, boom, there you go. You don't need to flip around and try to find it. It'll tell you where to look, but it won't tell you what you need to know. Which I really like that, because this sort of in a way legitimizes this as something that's trying to supplement the game as opposed to replace the rulebook. Cyberware, it's got information for cyberware, street gear, all the different kind of things you could possibly want. Let's just go ahead and it's all organized out, really nice and neat. So let's just go with heavy pistol. It has all the information right here, but what all of this does, gotta know the rules. It's not gonna explain that to you. Just remember, F is forbidden, not allowed to have. That is a very illegal thing to have. So let's just go with one of the restricted weapons. Yeah, there we go. Remington Room Sweeper. Good old Remington. It also calculates all your stuff for your unarmed attack for you. 9p, because I've got Killing Hands. And it's also just... That's some ammo. Oh, yeah. See, this is the part that gets really confusing. So, regular ammo. Add. For heavy pistol. 10 ammo. No, let's make it 200 ammo. You know what? We still have... It keeps track of how much money you've spent. Vehicles and drones, whatever. And then just other stuff you can add in. Oh, wait, no, that's not right. There we go. There we go. And just, yeah, it gives you all the information calculated automatically. So we got that one extra dice. Normally it's just one die if you're rolling initiative. We got 2 because we have improved initiative. Gives us all our astral initiative, which I don't think will really come up with this character. It just gives you all the stuff that you may or may not need to know. Like, just calculates it right there for... Well, I'm not sure why swim is 0, but whatever. Still haven't used our skill groups, so... Got that. So just in case you needed to see it for yourself, this is everything Chummer 5A does for you. It is a very, very useful thing to have. There is no reason whatsoever not to use this. Well, if you don't have a computer, of course you're not going to be able to use this, but if you don't have a computer, you're probably not going to be watching this. So yeah, I'm going to include a link in the description for where you can find this, because it's really useful to have if you want to get into Shadowrun 5th edition, because it handles a lot of the complex calculations for you, and it really speeds up character creation because of that. So, yeah, with all that said, my name is Aaron Der Shadel, and I will see you all next time.